Hello, y'all. It's Vidalia Onion Week. I told you we'd be cooking lots of things with Vidalia onions. I want you to see my huge thing of Vidalia onions I got here. I'm loving it. This is about 15 pounds of Vidalia onions. So I've already started a recipe, so let me move this out of the way here. And I wanted to show you. I've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my skillet. I'm going to warm that up just a little bit and then add a tablespoon of butter. And this is just unsalted butter. I've got that. I believe this is warming up pretty quick. So put that in there, let it melt. And I have sliced up some Vidalia onions. This was 2 Vidalia onions, and I want to show you how thinly I've sliced them. I think you can see this. It's falling apart. Hold on a second. Anyhow, you can see that is extremely narrow. You can almost see through them. They're so thin. See, you can almost see my finger through there. Anyhow, thinly sliced Vidalia onions. And the Vidalia onion is grown in Toombs County, Georgia, which is where Vidalia is. And I will tell you a little bit about the history of it in a little bit. But let's get this going. So I'm just going to put these onions in here. What we're going to do is caramelize these onions. So we got to get them nice and tender, and then just let them keep cooking until they get real caramelized. Just separating these little slices out, because what we're making today is a Vidalia onion dip. So we're starting with appetizers, because really, believe it or not, you can make appetizers, salads, side dishes, main dish, and desserts using Vidalia onions. So we're going to do all of that this week. We're starting with this little appetizer. It's probably not going to be my husband's favorite appetizer, because I know he's going to prefer the fried Vidalia onion blossom, which I'm going to do next. But right now I'm doing this Vidalia onion dip because it's going to have to go in the refrigerator to chill. And can you believe this was just 2 Vidalia onions? But when you slice them real thin like this, it just makes a lot. It was somewhere between 2 and 3 cups worth. You know, I didn't push them down in the cup, but anyhow. So we're just going to saute those. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to let that cook, and I will get back with you when it gets down to the next stage, okay? Okay, I'm back. The onions are still cooking. They're very tender. Let me turn this light off so y'all can see better. Oops. All right, I think you can see they're still cooking here. They're very limp and tender and getting clearer, but they haven't started to caramelize yet. So we'll just let them keep cooking. And I want to tell y'all a little bit more about the Vidalia onion. It was named Vidalia onion because it was originally started growing them in the 1930s, and it was in Vidalia, Georgia. So historically, you know, that's where they were grown, but they've been cultivated since then, and they're now, they've been declared, I think it was in 1990, they were declared Georgia's official state vegetable. And when they passed the act in the state Georgia legislature, passed an act in 1986, the Vidalia Onion Act of 1986, there you go, was authorized a trademark for Vidalia onions, and it limits the production area to 20 counties. 13 of them were the whole county, and then there were portions of 7 other counties, but they're all in the main general area where the soil is perfect for growing these onions. I think it's because it's a low amount of sulfurs in the soil in those counties. So anyhow, just wanted to have y'all, let y'all have that information. They are very sweet. You can just eat them right like you could have an onion sandwich. But I'm going to make now the rest of the dip that these caramelized onions will go into once they're cooked. So what I'm going to do is take, I've got a half a cup, and let me show y'all these. Are these not the cutest little cups? My granddaughter gave me these for Mother's Day. That's the little half cup measure, and this is the little 4th cup measure. I just thought they were darling, so I had to use them today. Anyhow, I've got half a cup of mayonnaise that I'm going to put in. I've already softened. What's already in the bowl here is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. So 8 ounces of cream cheese, and now a half a cup of mayo is going right in there with it. And a 1/4 a cup of sour cream. And really, you could just do all sour cream and mayonnaise and not worry about the cream cheese. It's just, you know, there's all different recipes out there for it. This is just the one I chose to use. And now, this is a mixture of a half a teaspoon of garlic salt, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I think that was it. Let me double check. Don't want to tell y'all wrong. Let me find the recipe. Yeah, half a teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. That's all that's in here. I mixed them all together. I'm just going to dump those in. So now just I'm going to stir these onions. They're starting to sizzle pretty good over here. I'm starting to see a little bit of browning on there. All right, so I'm just going to mix this together. I could probably eat just this, but anyhow, when those onions get done, then I'll have to cool them off a little bit before I put them in here. Can't put them just directly hot in here. I think it would melt this dip too bad. But anyhow, that's the basis for the dip right there. And then once we get the onions ready, they'll go in there. But they've been cooking now for about maybe 12 minutes. So they still need to cook maybe another 10 minutes or so. So when they get done, I will get back with you. All right, y'all, I wanted you to see this caramel color. You can see how they turn this beautiful tan caramel looking color. So They're still sizzling, but I'm about to turn them off and just let them cool for a little bit, and then I can put them right in the dip. All right, I'm back. All right, now we're gonna add a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce into the mix here. And then the onions are cool enough, I can put them in now. Look how that shrunk down. I got this light on again, sorry. So that 2 cups of onions gone down to maybe a half a cup. So I'm just gonna put that right in the mix. Now we'll just stir that up really good. And that is it, y'all. Put it in a pretty dish. Chop up a few little green onion, the ends of the green onions, and sprinkle on top. And then refrigerate it for a little bit, and it'll be ready for serving. Really good on pita chips or something like that. That'd be great. All right, I'm gonna take a little taste just to make sure it's really good. Hold on one second, let me get a spoon. Because I'm just dying to know. I haven't made this. It's definitely good, y'all. The onions just give it such a nice sweet flavor. And of course, you can't go wrong with the cream cheese, sour cream, and mayonnaise either. So anyhow, it's a great recipe. Y'all try it. My next recipe is gonna be a bloomin' onion. I've been practicing cutting one. I wanted to go ahead and show you. Here's the one I've cut so far. You can see how the little petals open up. I had a few petals fall off. And of course, the first one I did, it just was a disaster, okay? Big giant petals fell off. Couldn't get going with that one. But anyhow, I can chop them up and we can have, instead of a bloomin' onion, we'll just have some bloomin' petals with that one that I messed up. Anyhow, that'll be the next video. Just wanted to show you a couple of appetizers, and then we'll go on to a salad after that. Anyhow, y'all have a great evening, and I hope you've live in an area where you can at least order some Vidalia onions if they're not in your local grocery stores. So y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.